you may be letting the whole world into your living room without even knowing it, all because of webcams that are open to anybody on the internet.
Investigative reporter Paul Van Osdol joining us now. And Paul, are there ways people can protect their privacy here?
There certainly are. We will get to that. But first, there are an estimated 10 million web cameras and security cameras online, open to anyone who knows how to find them. We found dozens of them right here in the Pittsburgh area. This woman probably has no idea these images of her working in her kitchen were being broadcast live on the internet. Not only could we see her, but we could even control the camera in her living room from our desktop. In order to protect the privacy of her and others, we are blurring the video. We also found this webcam showing a Pittsburgh area couple having dinner, a kennel camera inside this Pittsburgh dog daycare, a security camera revealing people coming and going at the offices of a women's shelter. Also, this camera showing people at work inside a Pittsburgh area business. We were not able to talk to the people captured on these images, but others told me they were deeply disturbed to learn their webcams might be open to anyone.
That's kind of spooky. That's real spooky.
It's a big concern. I don't want people looking in on me, so I think that should be fixed in some way.
Carnegie Mellon computer scientist Lori Craner says it's never been easier to find webcams on the internet.
People don't have to be sophisticated to figure out how to see your cam or to go look for it. You just go to one place, it's one-stop shopping, and you can go look at everybody's cameras.
One of those websites is Shodan, which calls itself the search engine for the Internet of Things. It's also been called the scariest search engine on the internet. I talked to Shodan founder John Matherly, who said the site is not meant for snoops and trolls. Instead, he wants to highlight security shortcomings on the internet to help make people more secure.
Many cameras, even if they advertise some security features, they have very poor security, very poor security record.
So how can you protect yourself to make sure your webcam is not open to anyone? Turns out it's as easy as creating a password. But experts say many people never even bother to take that simple step. Or they use the camera's default password, the one supplied by the camera company, which is almost as bad.
You know, default passwords really offer you almost no protection because once you figure out what brand of camera it is, you know what the default password is, and you're in.
If you change the defaults, that's 90% of the battle right there. Very simple to do.
The Oakmont Yacht Club has security cameras set up for members to keep an eye on their boats. The Yacht Club website says only members with passwords can access the cameras. But Action News Investigates was able to view one of the cameras online. A Yacht Club official thanked us for bringing it to his attention. He said he had forgotten to create a password for the camera when it was installed. After he typed in a password, we were not able to access the webcam. When the owner of a Homewood bar set up these security cameras, she made sure they were password protected.
But we wouldn't want anybody to just hack into our camera system, because then they would be able to see what's going on and maybe how to infiltrate getting in the bar.
I asked computer security consultant Raymond Deline to check my laptop webcam. Just entered my password, so that's given me one level of protection then, right?
Correct.
So there's no chance that someone on the internet is looking at this right now?
No chance.
It is also important to make sure your wireless network is secure with a password, and it's not just webcams that are easily accessible on the internet. Even so-called critical infrastructure like power plants can be found online. And coming up at 6, yeah, believe it or not, we'll have some local examples of that and some more information on how these sites can be secured.
All right, that's scary.
Yeah,
that's frightening. Wow.
All right.